Welcome, Homeworthy. My name is Ruth McKeaney, and you can tell we are not at Hillside Farm right now. We are actually in Atlanta, Georgia with my dear, dear friend, Terri Matthews. I believe you've had a glimpse into her house on a prior episode, but today we are going to do something so fun. She's going to walk us through in her kitchen with some family recipes of her own and a bit of her culture. Then she's going to walk me through how to do a vision board, which is so appropriate, right, starting out this new year. Then we're going to make some candles and possibly a mocktail. So it's full of really fantastic things today. Come join me. Let's go meet Terri. Hey!
The wind blew in.
Quite literally, I think. Oh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm so excited to do this.
Yes. This is
going to be a blast.
Yeah.
I'm Ruth McKeaney, and this year I'm inviting Homeworthy to join my family for all of our annual highlights at Hillside Farm, our 305-year-old farmhouse steeped in history and love. After decades of flipping houses, my husband Bob and I settled here where we raised our 5 children. We welcome your company as we share in the simple pleasures of life at home. I'll offer tips from my book, Hungry for Home, to help infuse your own home with moments of joy, filling home-cooked meals with flavor for the whole family, and of course decorating with amazing antique finds. So sit back and make yourself at home.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
One of the things I enjoy most, I mean, I can honestly say this, is that when somebody takes a recipe that I've done, because I do it with other people's recipe, but they tailor it to the needs of their own family. And on page 108 of the book, it's the welcome chocolate bundt cake. And Terri's husband, who is more like my brother, is allergic to chocolate. And so they've done something to tailor it to meet the needs of their own family. And actually, they get requests all the time. What do you do?
So the thing is, we took out the Ghirardelli chocolates.
Yes.
And I've kind of made it into a little bit of a strawberry cake. So oftentimes either I'll use raspberry or strawberries. Today we're going to use strawberries. I take fresh strawberries. I'm going to cut these up. And then I also add just a little bit of strawberry jam. And instead of swirling it, I just dop it in there. Right?
Oh,
so it kind of bakes the way that it does. Not a whole lot, but just something.
This recipe is probably the easiest, cake recipe you can possibly do. And I am not—
Ruth McKeaney.
I don't love bundt cakes because they tend to be dry. I will say it's almost like a spoon bread. It is so moist.
It is. So I'll tell you, it is the #1 requested cake now from our family. And my kids are not cake eaters. We do it for birthdays. We do it for holidays. People actually love it. And it's a #1 request. Now I'm not like Ruth, y'all. I still need the recipe book. I have to put this thing in front of me.
Yeah.
She's been doing this for years. And as many times as I've made this cake, I'm always afraid I'm gonna leave out an ingredient, but it's really easy. And I think it's important because I made the mistake.
Yeah.
Make sure you get instant pudding.
Okay, and in full disclosure, I'm staying with my cousins right now, and they wanted this cake made last night, although with our regular chocolate chips. And I sent him to the grocery store, and he came back with cook and serve. I didn't realize he bought cook and serve, and the cake didn't turn out. And everyone was up in arms last night, thinking they were looking forward to this cake, and it didn't work. So what you're going to need is a vanilla cake mix. I don't care what kind you use, any of will work.
Perfectly moist for me.
Perfectly moist. And then you're going to need, now Terri bought 2 small boxes. I get the large box, and you need instant vanilla pudding. So we're gonna add these in here. Then you're gonna add a cup of water, a cup of vegetable oil. You can use avocado oil if you're tending towards the more healthy oil. My daughters, who are very against seed oils, are making me change up my oils. So you can use avocado oil, then a cup of sour cream, and 4 eggs. And then Terri is gonna do her magic with the fruit.
And for those of you who are maybe dairy-free, there's an actual awesome plant-based sour cream, and it actually works just as well in your recipe.
Wow.
So, just for you dairy-free folks, that's
really good to know.
Yeah. It doesn't change the consistency or anything.
So many people ask how Terri and I met. For those who don't know anything about Terri has started companies all over the world. she is married to a former NFL player, so I mean, they bring a lot to the table as a couple, but she always likes to say, I bring my own to the table. So she was speaking at an event that I had gone to, and she had nowhere to go before the dinner they were hosting, so I invited her over to my house. And we became instant sisters.
I feel like what was so amazing about us meeting, that instant connection. I think we spent a moment by the fireplace, or actually even in your kitchen.
In my kitchen.
And we just started sharing and talking, and we had no idea that this is where we would actually end up today.
I mean, her husband has officiated my oldest to their weddings, and he's even baptized a couple of my kids. Down in Mexico. All right, let's see.
We have a home in Mexico, and at that time, the McKeaneys came and vacationed with us, and her kids were baptized right in Mexico in our swimming pool.
Yep, the younger ones. Yeah. It was such a special. All right, so I've got this in here. I'm going to add these eggs. There we go.
Now, watch how she cracks these eggs. Obviously, she's been doing this for a while.
We laugh because, and I think this is one of the things that endeared us to one another initially, was when and we'll go into that story when we're making the mac and cheese, but I had done so much cooking and you hadn't.
So I cook, but the difference between Ruth and I is that I need quick recipes. That's why I love this cake. It's like I didn't have to go buy a certain kind of flour and sugar and butter. And I'm like a semi-custom home kind of, although I love custom things, but it's like semi-custom. Yeah. Like you take a variety of different types of ingredients, it's already there in a sense, and then you just kind of add those things that personalize to your style. And so that's what I loved about this cake, and that's what I love about a lot of things that I do, because it allows me to look like I've started it all from scratch.
Yeah, and what's fun, I think you get to reinvent it each time, which brings me to another topic. Terri has let me know recently they have just bought a fixer-upper. So it'll be so much fun to see how she reinvents herself, right? Because this house with all its marble, it screams like rest cream, you know, very serene. It'll be interesting to see what you do in your next house.
Well, we're going to need you there.
I will come anytime. I would love that.
And listen, let me tell you another difference.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go back to that house, but let me show you. See how Ruth is doing all this extra work right here with this? You see what I brought out? This is what I would use. This is
then
what
I'd
Ruth
have to
would
clean
do.
that. Okay, so what do you do with the batter once it's done?
All right, so I'm going to mix in some strawberries.
Okay.
Right here. My husband's going to really love this cake.
Yeah.
So we're going to fold this. And this is a kind of thick consistency, and I'm going to dollop some of this strawberry jam in here. Ruth is probably going to lose her mind. What have you done to my recipe? I will actually mix it in just a little bit to break it up so it's not massive chunks. But it's just a nice little surprise that as the cake is baked, I need a little bit more, or a little more strawberries. Don't tell anybody that this is strawberry jam. This is a quicker way to do this versus making a strawberry puree. Okay. All right.
Then we come back and you take a bundt pan, and I just like I let Terri know, even if it's nonstick, go ahead and spray it, because nothing is worse than turning a cake and having half of it stick. So we're going to spray this really quick. The oven is at 350. And we're going to put this in. Now again, I've done this with chocolate, and I've done it with chocolate chips, with vanilla cake. You can do anything you want.
And look, you see how the little
pretty color.
Yeah.
Do you want to scrape this out?
I
want to stick my finger in there.
I know.
It is so good. I had all my kids were at the counter when I was making this yesterday, and I was like, "You're just waiting for this bowl, aren't you?"
That's what I always wait for. I love your chocolate cake too for those reasons.
Well, my chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. Oh no, those are my favorite. We're doing those today, even if it's not for the episode.
After it's all done, after we're done this.
Well, I'll tell you, going back to the house, I'm excited about that because very very much like there was something already there, just like this cake recipe was already here, and I get to reinvent it. And so I'm excited to see what that's going to look like.
Well, it's interesting. So many people ask, because, you know, we moved every 18 months for 16 years redoing old homes, which is the genesis of the book, right? And people used to say, well, how did you know what you wanted to do each time? Did you change it up every time? Well, first of all, I think our number one thing was to stay true to the house itself. And I think, you know, when you move into a house, I mean, you're not going to put a really modern house necessarily with certain types of furnishings. But there were certain things that we kept consistent through each house all the way through. But what I found to be so fun is you got to reinvent yourself and say, oh, I'm going to try this, see if I love it. I'm going to try this color scheme. I'm going to try this wallpaper. So that's what you get to do, and I'm so excited for you.
I'm glad you're excited.
I know.
I'm on the edge.
She was up at 3:30 this morning going, oh my gosh, because I think you're just doing all the
mental around
stuff.
What's going to happen in this home.
All right, this is going to go in the oven for about, I think it's like 45 minutes. What do I have in my recipe? 45 to 50 minutes. Don't overcook it though.
No.
I really like it to feel as moist as possible. So we're going to clean this up, and Terri is going to walk us through her family's favorite macaroni and cheese. Who doesn't love macaroni and cheese? My son is downstairs right now with her husband, and she mentioned bacon bits can be put on the top, and he about lost his mind. Did you hear him groan from like the other side of the room? I know.
He was like,
So, all right, let's clean this up, and we'll get you ready for the next recipe. Okay, we are now back. Cake is in the oven. And Terri is about to speak my son's language, which is macaroni and cheese, and how they do it. Whether it's your family or your culture, I'm not sure, or if it's kind of a blend of the two.
it's probably a blend.
It's a blend. But we're going to start with, I'm going to put the noodles in. You use the elbow noodles, is that correct?
Yeah.
The fun thing about it is if your child's gluten-free, just get gluten-free noodles, because I don't know that you can really tell in a recipe like this.
No, the good part is it just depends on. You can do gluten-free, you can do chickpea noodles. If you're trying to watch your carbs,
noodles.
You can do black bean noodles.
All right,
So
I'm adding that in.
that's a lot of noodles, girl.
A lot of noodles. All right, walk us through.
So there's two types of mac and cheese. Well, three that we actually do in our family. And so macaroni and cheese is a staple, not just around Thanksgiving and the holidays, but just in general. And so we'll do macaroni and cheese with triple cheddar blend. We mix a sharp blend. We add a Velveeta cheese. My elevated macaroni and cheese, we add smoked Gouda.
Smoked Gouda.
Fontina.
Now, do you
Oh my
pick
gosh,
and
and
choose?
this black truffle.
Okay. Oh.
No, black truffle, this is really
But
good.
even a pepper jack is really good.
Okay, so the Spanish macaroni and cheese
that's
that
a
I like to
different
make.
macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, not to confuse you. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we did like a Mexican macaroni and cheese or Mexican influence. So if you're having like a Spanish dinner night, and I know there's usually rice and tacos, you could still add mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And we do it with pepper jack and Mexican 4-cheese blend.
And Mexican Velveeta, which
And
I had
Mexican
never seen before.
Velveeta, yes.
Okay.
So there's a couple of tricks that I have to my mac and cheese. This is the Mexican style. We can place that to the side. What we're going to do, we're going to wait on the noodles to boil, and in the meantime, let's get some of this cheese grated.
Okay.
So we're going to do a smoked
Wait,
Gouda.
and can I also say one of your tricks?
Yeah.
I've never even seen evaporated milk in a carton like this.
Okay, so let's be clear. There's situations where people make baked macaroni and cheese and they add egg to theirs.
Right.
There's no egg in this recipe.
Or a roux. Like in my mac and cheese, I make a roux with the butter and the flour and then adding the cheese.
Girl,
but
we're
you
about to
don't.
save you a ton of time. I got some butter over here, but we're going to save you a ton of time on this roux. So there's a few tricks too that I do with my elevated macaroni and cheese. One of them is Grey Poupon, and regardless, I always season the noodles. People think you make the noodles and you don't season them. I'll season them salt and pepper. Sometimes I use Mrs. Dash.
Okay.
You can do an onion and herb, whatever flavor it is that you desire. Okay, so let's start with this Gouda. Let's just grate some of this Gouda up. You're gonna grate the Gouda, you'll grate this.
Yep.
And what's gonna happen is we're waiting on the noodles right now. Once the noodles are done, I'm going to show you how we add butter and we season them. Now, I'll tell you, if you're on some kind of dietary restriction.
This is not the recipe for you.
If you are counting calories, honey, this is not the recipe for you.
I know, but if you have kids or grandkids, or honestly, if you just want to make people happy, this comfort food
It
Yeah,
is.
it is so great.
I don't know why do they call it a down south comfort food? I think up north
Is
and
it?
West Coast, everybody eats
everywhere.
macaroni and cheese.
And that's the great. So Terri is lived everywhere from California. I'm going to jump right in to the story of when we met, and which I kind of talked about. She was speaking, but that hasn't always been Terri's story. And I think one of the things in this part of the story, is how often do we have the opportunity or take the opportunity to meet and get to know somebody who's you may never meet or get to know, just based on their story is different. Terri and I had a very different background, and so her background is one of having spent time with homelessness,
Food insecurities, raising her siblings. How many siblings do you have? Lots.
And
we love each other, and they're all amazing, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. Do you want me to open this one too?
No.
And my background is very different. I'm the oldest of 6, but went through a lot of the same emotional issues over finances and feeling a scarcity mentality, and how do you deal with that as her whole life has changed. And so it's been really beautiful to see what she adds to our family and vice versa. When I initially wrote the book, she was the first person who saw the manuscript. And you can tell a little of that, because I actually got a call from your husband right after you got it.
Yeah, the manuscript for me, I'd never had the time. As a business person at this time of my life, I'm super busy doing the things that I'm doing in business space. And I had never had an opportunity to read a book all the time, front to back. So I stayed up within like 24, 30
I think it was
hour.
over a couple of days.
No, it was literally maybe 2 days,
Okay.
And read the manuscript of her book. And what I loved about it was, because I was
I think your
on,
husband called and said, "Why does my wife keep crying at night? Coming to bed crying." My wife doesn't cry, and she doesn't read cookbooks.
So I was reading it and crying, because I loved the simplicity and how I felt like it made it so much easy, even for me, that there were these family traditions, even though I had created my own and I thought that they were pretty awesome. I thought, wow, I wish some of this I would have known early on. I had a tendency to overcompensate. And so I worked a lot. And so I overcompensated for working a lot.
But she called me, she and her husband called me right after and said, "Come to our house." And they did something, which was a form of vision boarding.
Yeah.
They took out,
really
and
it was.
literally, because she said to me, "This isn't a book, it's a brand." I think I sat there crying because I didn't know what they were talking about, and I didn't have confidence in myself. To have a friendship where a friend believes in you more than you believe in yourself.
You're all right.
I know. And encourages you in spaces and places that are unfamiliar to you. I was completely out of my lane. Having gone from being a trial lawyer to flipping houses and having 5 children, the book and what has happened since then was totally unfamiliar to me. And that territory was very familiar with Terri, who had even had her own show on autism. She has an autistic son. And so for her to look me in the eye over and over and over and say, "You can do this."
And you're doing it now.
And God has bigger plans for you than you have for yourself. So to have a friend, not a lot of people can believe. I mean, she has, when I have spoken in different parts of the country, whether it was Chattanooga, Pennsylvania, she has driven and introduced me. And she has sacrificed in a way. I mean, I'll often get up and be like, okay, the heavyweight is introducing the lightweight, because that's how it feels, because I know who she is. But to watch her, just her sense of generosity and love that she has had, it's amazing. So don't be afraid to look outside of your normal circles of people, and people that you might feel comfortable with immediately, because the very best relationships might be right around the corner that you would never look at. Is there a certain amount of cheese? Or do you just keep going until you feel like, do I need to do the rest of this?
No, you don't need to. Girl, you did all this cheese.
Well, we were talking.
And can I just parenthetically pause and say, it is an honor to be your friend, and we pour into each other. And I'm grateful to be here and be with you because you helped me see things in myself through your book that I didn't realize was I could just create my own family traditions, and they matter and they mean something. You still see my son has notes on his door from his birthday 5 years ago. Okay.
Thank you.
So let me show you these noodles, right? You don't want to overcook them because what's going to happen truly is they're going to go in the oven.
Back in the oven.
Yeah,
and the oven is at 350 degrees.
Yes, 350 degrees. Okay, hot, hot, hot. All right, so one of the key things to doing this is taking these noodles, pouring them in, right? And again, they're a little bit al dente because they're gonna go in the oven.
Casserole dish.
Yes. All right, now, you are the mother butter.
I am mother butter. You know, my husband even got me a butter ornament. So a half a stick of butter.
And let me explain something to you. Oh, this is the one thing I don't measure, baby.
Okay. Okay. All right.
This might be the only thing in my life I don't measure. So we're gonna mix butter in here. And again, the key to this is seasoning. So there's some salt. I'm gonna add some pepper, black pepper here. I'm gonna add just a tinge of Mrs. Dash. Now I know you're probably saying, why in the world? Mrs. Dash is for no salt, but it adds just enough flavor to it. We're gonna mix this all up. Okay, and this is the fun part. So we're gonna take sharp cheese.
Okay.
This is a triple cheddar. This helps. I used to buy sharp, medium sharp, white sharp. This is all in one. So this just helps you add this.
We'll a regular sharp?
A regular sharp.
There you go.
And then we'll do that last.
Okay.
A little bit of a regular sharp. Now, it's up to you. You can add a little Grey Poupon in here, or you don't have to. But here's all the mixed cheeses with the truffle and the fontina. We're gonna blend this in. Now, I like to just mix it first.
How much if I do the Grey Poupon?
Just a
like
a teaspoon.
like that?
A little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, so key to this is the evaporated milk.
Okay.
Okay, you do not want this to dry out. So while I pour the evaporated milk, you're gonna cut me up a few slices of this Velveeta.
How much Velveeta?
Oh my gosh, now you want to measure things.
Well, I don't want to, I just did all that cheese. So
all the rest of that.
All the rest of it. So
Yes.
a half of the, which it ends up being about
8 ounces.
8 ounces. You're right,
Yep.
8 ounces.
So
right.
the evaporated milk keeps this from drying out. And if you can, do it in cubes. Just
Okay.
because what'll happen is it's gonna melt. I didn't create a roux. So what'll happen with all of these variety of cheeses in the Velveeta, you'll dip your spoon in and there's like all this cheese. Oh,
Okay.
okay. So I'm mixing this up. Now keep in mind, in here we have smoked Gouda, we have black truffle cheese, and we have fontina. So I'm mixing this up.
Do I spray this or anything?
No, girl.
No. Okay.
Okay, but I want to make sure again, I'm adding more of this evaporated milk.
Now, how much? So you've used this entire thing.
And this is a 10 ounce.
10 ounce. Okay.
Yep. So I typically will take this, and I'll take 2 just in case.
Yeah, because you did get another one.
So you can prep mac and cheese also. Okay. And what I love too about mac and cheese is if you have any leftover, you can make macaroni and cheese sandwiches.
You were telling me this,
grilled
all
cheese.
the things you make. You make paninis with it?
Yeah, you can make grilled cheese. You can
She's
make
done mac and cheese bites.
balls. Yeah, mac and cheese bites. They're little balls that you can kind of roll up and you cook and fry them, if for lack of a better word, on the outside. The other thing that's also very good is you can put them in a panini maker and crust it all the way around. They're great grilled cheese sandwiches. I mean, a variety of things. Yeah. All right, see how this is? See the consistency? Okay, now the good part is this is cooked, so you can taste the noodles.
It's really
Is that
good.
all you're gonna taste?
Well, it was out. No.
I'm just
All
kidding.
right, let's put it in here.
All right.
How long does it bake?
I usually put it in there for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
You don't
Because
have
it is
to.
cooked. It's just to warm all the cheese.
Yeah, warm, melt the cheese together.
Yeah.
All right. Spread this out.
All right. Okay. Spread this out. Good thing we got the bigger pan.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you don't do like a bread topping, which some people do.
I don't. And I'll sprinkle a little bit more pepper on it. There again, you can do, if this is a Spanish dish, you can put jalapenos, whatever it is.
Okay.
I still take cheese and sprinkle over the top.
Now I'm going to do a little corner for Anders.
You can do as much as you want for Anders.
Because you also said that there is a meatless bacon that you sometimes...
You can do this with not only pork bacon, but plant-based bacon.
Okay.
So if you want to do plant-based or plant-based meats, you can. That's a good dish that you can add it to. So the cheese actually is the topping. You put it in the oven, you allow it to brown.
Okay. All right, here we go. You want to open the oven?
Yeah. Now this is set at 350, and at 350 it'll stay in the oven. We'll time clock it for about 30 minutes. I do not like macaroni and cheese to dry out. So again, this evaporated milk is very helpful. If you feel like it's drying out or you feel like you haven't put enough, you can add extra and throw it in there.
We do have one that we have already prepared so that we can show you. Do you want to get like a little bowl and we'll like scoop some out?
Absolutely.
It just came out of the oven. Oh my gosh, this looks so, if you could smell it. This looks so good.
Oh my gosh, let me know what you think.
It's incredible. So, it is so good. And the smoked Gouda is really good in it.
We're gonna be asleep after this.
Next, Terry's gonna walk me through a breadboard and all special butters. I've never done one where each butter is different and all the breads are different. So I'm gonna clean this up and get that ready. All right, another thing Terry has introduced me to is a bread and butter board. And I think, I'm all familiar with, making a butter for a loaf of bread, but she's made it, you just take it up a whole notch. Like this could be put in the center. Everyone gets to choose what kind. Talk us through the kinds of breads you put on here.
Okay, so we have an avocado bread with grains.
Which I had never heard of.
Listen, everybody loves an avocado.
1000%, and it keeps it moist.
Yes, it does. It's a healthier bread for you. There's an Ezekiel bread, which is also awesome for sprouts and grains. There's your good old Pepperidge Farm cinnamon brown sugar bread or a variety of flavors. Rosemary, my husband loves this rosemary bread. There's challah bread.
There's
challah bread. There's a sourdough bread, and there's an Italian olive bread. And so what I love about this recipe is, yes, you can make your butter from scratch. But as I've mentioned and continue to say, y'all know I'm busy. So
are the rest of us.
Okay, go ahead. So
what have we done? Because she's
I've created a shortcut.
Oh, okay, shortcut. Tell us.
I'm not milking cows and all of that. Okay. So listen. Here it is. We're going to take butter. We take it out. You can get salted butter or unsalted butter. I use both.
Okay, do you really? I just like salted.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like a lot of salt.
Well, I don't know. I just go ahead.
To your sugar.
Go ahead. To my sugar. Go ahead.
So in this case, it's salted butter. What's good about it is you don't have to add salt. If you don't use salted butter, you will want to taste the salt, or you can just use the herbs.
And it's already at room temperature.
It's already at room temperature. So I put this in here. You can stick that one in here. The other thing is that this is what's cool and fun to do. So actually these butters that we have here is a garlic and Italian. What's easy when we show you how to make this recipe, I take this butter and I just grab some garlic and herb paste. And minced garlic.
I've never seen that one. I've done the garlic, I've done ginger.
Yeah.
There's a couple others, but there's an Italian paste.
There's an Italian paste. So I just take this, mix it in, and I'll add a little bit of Mrs. Dash onion and herb because you're not adding more salt.
Right.
I blend it really well with
and then you
heavy
stick
cream.
a garlic clove in the center of it.
So that you know. And you can actually put little sticks and label them as you put them on boards. We also have a chive and onion. You can do cream cheese in the butter.
Oh, yeah.
So it's cream cheese, butter, chives, and onions. This is really good. Who doesn't like an everything bagel?
I know.
With everything seasoning.
seasoning.
So this is a butter with everything bagel seasoning.
Okay.
All placed within the butter. And then in addition to that, this is the rosemary, thyme, and garlic. Very good. So all of these butters, not only can they be put on bread, they can be put on eggs, they can put on steak. And I don't even eat. I know. That was crazy.
I love steak. So here's something else that I love because I've done this myself, but I've also put it onto saran wrap and roll it up so it's in a long tube, and then you can slice it for pats of butter. The other thing you can do once you roll it up in saran wrap is put it into a freezer bag And you can freeze it.
Yes.
All of these things, butter can be frozen and then brought back out when you're ready to eat it. So you don't have to, it's not labor intensive before a party or before a dinner.
No.
Literally pull them out of your freezer and they're good to go.
And the thing that I love about that, they're also great gifting ideas to take to housewarmings and things. A loaf of bread and some butter. Who doesn't
And
like
my book.
that? Girl, come on. And a candle.
And a candle.
But I'll tell you too, what's also awesome is using fresh herbs in the butter.
Okay.
So it's really good. And those are easy. You just cut them up and get them at your grocery store, cut them up. Now what we're gonna do, these are all savory butters. We're gonna do a sweet butter. So we're gonna add heavy whipping cream.
How much? So you did 2 sticks of butter.
2 sticks. And you usually add 1 to 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream per butter. But I'm gonna do the Ruth way.
Did you
No
do
measurement.
heavy whipping cream in these?
Yes,
Okay.
all of them have
All of
heavy
them.
whipping cream.
All
Yep,
right.
so I add the heavy whipping cream.
All right.
And then what we're gonna add is some cinnamon. Be generous
Okay.
with cinnamon. You wanna really taste it, right?
That's
you want
generous.
the butter as the after.
Okay.
I would add, this is
A vanilla paste, which I haven't seen before.
It's very good, and it actually, I can't open it. The vanilla paste is a lot thicker. Smell it.
That's delicious. Let me get a spoon so I can mix this for you.
Here she is with a spoon, and here I am with a hand mixer.
You don't need this, do you? Okay, go ahead and do your hand mixer. That's hilarious. Okay, how much sugar do you add to this?
Ruth way.
Oh, wow.
Actually, you can do 1 to 2 tablespoons. That's way too much.
Okay,
I'm just kidding. I would do just about a tablespoon.
And again, you can taste it. So if you want it
Yeah.
a little sweeter, you want a little more cinnamon.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna check on the cake while you do this.
Okay. So I'm gonna blend this up, and notice the butter is nice and soft.
Okay, I could tell the cake was done just by the smell in this kitchen. So here we go.
What's it looking like in there?
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. We're gonna let that cool while we finish here.
Okay, your mother butter. So since you're mother butter, I want. Can you taste this for me?
Yeah.
You have no problem with sticking your finger.
Well,
in
my
some
hands are
butter.
clean. Okay. Delicious.
Good. Okay,
Delicious.
no more vanilla, no more.
No, and the vanilla paste is what makes it.
What I also love about the vanilla paste is that you can use it for your chia seed pudding. That's what I use versus regular vanilla.
So this is
extract.
where I was here. This is where I learned the coconut chia pudding was out of this world. But that's for another episode. All right, here you go.
Okay, so this is all mixed up. And why this is good is this goes good on the brown cinnamon bread. Oh, it's so good. And it's also good on brioche. You love a good brioche.
You know me, I like my French toast with
Yes,
brioche.
yes, you
I'm going to
do.
grab actually a slice of this. Do you mind?
No, not at all. You want to toast it?
I do want to taste it. Oh, toast it?
You want to toast
can
it or
just taste it.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You know your husband stole a piece of bread off the bread.
I know,
board.
I know, I saw him. All right, oh my gosh.
Okay.
Thank you. It's delicious.
Who doesn't love buttered bread?
It is so good. It's delicious.
So here we have savory and we also have sweet. It's a good
And
way.
everybody gets to choose what they want. Excuse me for eating while my mouth is full.
That's okay. Well, we can't have all this food without anything to drink. And since I don't drink alcohol and Ruth doesn't drink alcohol, we have a cool way to make some awesome mocktails. We'll be back for that, and then we'll talk through vision boarding.
Vision boarding. All right, let's clean up. So you're going to walk us through these mocktails because it's so funny everywhere we go. I mean, I normally just grab a sparkling water. She loves her mocktails. So take us through what you're going to do.
So again, easy peasy, right? We don't want to make this extra effort. Now, for those of you who have soda machines, you can use those to make club soda water, or you can purchase club soda water. So there's club soda water, or I like lime and yuzu, which is really good. So I take one of these. This is pretty easy. Normally you can put this in a mixer, right? I'm gonna open these up. This is a club soda. But before I do that, I like to add fruit. So this little mortar thing can be used more than just your herbs.
Herbs, I know.
Right? So here's some fresh blueberries, right? And you know what's so interesting about the fruits and vegetables, I feel like in the South, they're not always on time in season or something like that.
So they're kind of on their way out.
They're on their way out, or they're not as sweet as I would like for them to be, and I want a little sweetness. So part of my trick is I throw this in here. I'll add a little orange blossom honey.
Ooh.
You can use agave honey. I think is better for you. It's a little bit more natural.
And this one's a yellow sweet clover. So basically any honey
Any
that
kind
you
of honey.
prefer, a wildflower honey.
Yeah.
There
To each his own. I throw that in there to sweeten it up a little bit. I crush these up because I'm going to puree it, and crush all the honey in there as well. I'm doing this terribly.
No, you're fine. Just don't get it on your clothes. So you can pretty much, and correct me if I'm wrong, you could do raspberries. You could do,
absolutely.
I mean, blackberries would bring in a lot of seeds that you might not want. But is there any other fruit you've
Pears
done?
are actually
Mango?
really good. Mango is awesome. There's also one of my new favorite kiwis. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a kiwi like this. Look at this. The inside is red. They're called red passion kiwi.
Ooh. Okay,
You
this
know I
is
like
not,
a little different.
Yeah.
I should have cut them up a little more. But that's okay.
I'm just chasing around the fruit. The strawberries don't want to go under there.
They don't want to go. Half the time the fruit doesn't make it to the glass because it makes it to my mouth.
What's fun about...
It's interesting.
That's really good.
It's different.
What's fun about these mocktails too, you could serve them at the fanciest party or just do what you're doing and put them in these glasses. And go in wine glasses.
And it's a fan favorite. I mean, who doesn't love a good mocktail? You can use all kinds of different fruits. You can mix apple juice. You can mix pineapple juice if you didn't want to crush fresh fruit or put anything in there. You can garnish the glasses.
Sorry, I don't want to make noise.
No,
okay,
it's
garnish
okay.
the glasses with whatever fruit you're using.
Whatever fruit you're using. So in this case, I'm just going to cut a slit right here in the strawberry. You just add that to the side of the glass. Make sure this is a little bit better looking. But for
This
sake,
one's good looking. Yeah, go ahead. For sake of TV.
for sake of TV, we're going to use what we have. All right, here you go.
Got it. All right.
All right, so this is all mixed up. And to be honest, let me do this. I actually prefer to put the ice in last.
So are we going to take out the ice?
Just out of one glass.
Okay.
So I like to put the ice in last, and the reason why is it gives you an opportunity to mix the fruit in with the club soda.
Do you know what a friend of mine just did for my Christmas episode? She freezes the fruit in cubes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's fun to have blueberry, whatever it is, but have one frozen in your ice cube, and then that's what's in there.
I
learn
love
things every day.
I love that. That's really cool.
All right, so you did the club soda.
I'm going to do the club soda. Now, this is not super sweet. So anybody who's watching their calories, this is an awesome drink, and it gives you almost like soda without soda.
And it's kind of special.
I'm going to try one with the yuzu. Yuzu's really good.
That's delicious.
It has a little bit of fruit, a little bit of lime. And let's see. And you know what's cool? You can do this too also with kids. You know what I mean? You can serve this.
They can feel grown up.
Yeah. Feel a part of the process and the party. So I'll put a little bit more, just a little bit more fruit in here.
But you're right. Sometimes it's better to use your Cuisinart or something to really crush up all the fruit.
The fruit. You can blend it up like that. It looks a little better, and it's pureed a little bit better. It just depends. All right, I'm going to pour this in there.
Got it?
We're doing this so unconventional.
There you go.
All right, there
Delicious.
you go. And then just to try it with the yuzu.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, try that one.
Okay.
Stir
So
around.
pretty.
And what's pretty is I actually like the fruit floating around. It just needs to look better.
Well, and to the point of it being frozen in the ice cube, it stays full. I like that one.
The lime and the yuzu? I figured you would.
Okay, you've got to try these. I mean, especially if, let's say, your goal this year is you're cutting back a little on the calories, this will do it.
Absolutely. And just to kind of give you an idea of how many calories is in this one alone, I don't have my reading glass and I'm showing my age, 30.
Okay, so
And
30
almost
calories.
no sugar. So that's good. And
so
club
you're in
soda.
charge of how much honey you add, and it doesn't even have to have honey. But definitely elevate your table, even if it's just for dinner. So Terri, today we were talking about candles because, I mean, she knows that I've made my own candles, or I've at least chosen the scents and hired some people to make our candles. Candles, their throw, what they're made of, all these things really matter. And it's the difference between a great candle and one which I wouldn't put in my house. And Terri has been really influential for me as to kind of picking those. And we thought it'd be fun if she'd walk us through even how to make your own candle. And these are slightly different than normal candles.
Yeah,
and you're going to find out why. All right, tell us what we're doing and a little bit about these.
So first of all, I think one of my favorite candles of yours is like Hillside Farm.
Yes.
Right? It just has a beautiful essence and smell. It actually can be used in the winter. I also think it's
year-round.
Year-round. I was going to say spring as well.
Yeah.
I think because of the scent, some people might mistake it, not realizing that it can be used year-round.
Because I do have some candles that are primarily tailored to the winter, like flannel.
Yeah.
But okay.
So the difference though with your candles are you can't put them on your skin.
No, you can't.
So today, what we're talking through, I learned about this candle here. It's from a friend of mine who owns 1816 Legacy, Shantae.
Okay.
And so what's awesome about this candle is you can actually dip your hand in it, look at that, and rub and moisturize your body with it. Is that not cool?
And it smells so
delicious.
Good. You can do your cuticles, you
Absolutely.
can do your hands.
You can do your edges if you need
Okay.
to.
All right. Well, tell us what's in it.
So you know me, I'm a businesswoman, and I have very little time. So I've created different ways, in a sense, where I can actually take a candle. Do you know you can take a 12-ounce candle and break it down to 2 ounces? And so instead of, you could do a candle where you pour all the ingredients, wax and scents and all the different things, but you could also take a candle, melt that candle down.
Okay.
This specific one has jojoba oil, vitamin E, shea butter in it, which is why it makes it great for your skin. And you can melt it down and create your own candle. This is what I think is cool about gifting. So for you yard sellers or estate sale folks, or you people who rush into Home Goods and TJ Maxx and buy the things on the clearance rack, there's awesome little things like these bowls that you can make and place.
I love this one.
I knew you would love that.
You know I would love this one.
knew you
I
would.
love a great colored glass that's etched. Yeah, that's beautiful.
That, and there's, I like this as the Mexican glass,
Yeah,
right?
that's awesome.
And you could even do it in a cute little teacup. What an awesome gift to give to
That
somebody,
is a
right?
great
And they
gift.
can actually reuse it. All of these things, they could be reused. So today, just to kind of make it easier, you can do candles with either cotton wicks, which we have here. You could do it with wooden sticks, right? But today we're going to make it simple. So this knife, I know it looks dangerous. This is actually what we're going to take. If you smell this candle, this smells amazing.
That smells awesome.
This is called Serenity. So
And Serenity has the same stuff that you can use on your skin?
all on your skin.
Okay, so people just need to check. What are you wanting to avoid? Because you don't do that for every candle.
No, you don't. You don't. And so there are candles, like I said, at 1816, they sell them. And then actually all we're doing is digging this complete candle out. This one candle that's 12 ounces could make 4 or 5 2-ounce candles.
Okay.
Right? And so you'll see, it'll describe to you that these are body candles.
Okay, so
They're a
they
body
specifically
candle.
say body candle.
Some of them do, some
Okay.
of them
You just
you're
need to
gonna
look at the
yes, you're
ingredients.
gonna have to look at the ingredients. But normally most people are gonna inform you why this candle is different. My trick is I actually light the candle in my bathroom, start brushing my teeth, and once I start brushing my teeth, this is enough. Once I start brushing my teeth, by the time I get out of the shower, I'm ready to pour hot oil all over me.
She's got one in her bathroom called Cashmere, and it is to die for.
It
All right,
is.
so you're putting in, what she's doing is she's putting the wax into, and she's double boiling,
Yeah, that's
double
right.
boiler boiling it so that it's heating the wax, so the wax is melting without burning. And in the meantime, we are going to choose what vessel that you could use.
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know, we could just do a simple one if you want.
Okay, that'll be cool.
All right, you're gonna have to show how we take the wick. You gotta make sure the wick is a little higher or high enough in your vessel. And then what are these?
So these, okay, if you're not, you don't have to be a candle expert. That's also why I love this. This is also great activities to do with family, kids, everything, right? So these just help keep things in place.
Yeah.
So you stick this on the bottom.
I always wondered, did they sit there and hold the wick while it dried?
They can't.
They're stuck on the bottom.
They can't, or there's these things.
Okay.
So just who would have known a popsicle stick could be used for this? So you open this up and see
lay
how
it
the
on
holes,
top and let the holes hold the.
So
that's
when
really
you
great.
pour it, what ends up happening, let's open it. When you pour it, it makes sure your wick is even.
Okay.
That's the whole key. So watch this. You can just put it here like this.
Oh, there you go.
And then when you pour around it, it's going to stay.
It's going to stay.
The other thing is, keep in mind, this has a scent to it, but you can get creative. So if you notice, we have some different scents that are located here.
So we've got a lavender, a lemongrass, and a cedarwood.
Yeah, lavender is good for migraines, eucalyptus. So these are also good because you can actually add additional scenting if you want to.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Right.
But you always have to make sure that the scent is body safe. Now, I have a little secret.
Tell me.
This is kind of on the expensive side.
Okay. Shocker. All right, tell me what's on. Tell me what's on the.
So one of my favorite perfumes is Maison Baccarat,
Yeah.
and they have hair oil.
Okay.
So you
can pour the hair oil in.
Girl, yes, and put it all over your body. Wow. And now you've created, without spending $500 on a candle or $200 on a candle, you can add that into the candle, and it still is great for your body because it's meant for your damn body anyway. So you know it's safe.
That's fantastic.
And I saved a lot of money. See?
Okay. I'm always encouraging her to save money. Okay, get that out.
Oh, it's almost done.
Is it? It's fast.
Yeah. It is. Come look. Look.
So
it's melting down really quickly. Let me find something I can stir this with.
And again, you know, Terri and I have talked a lot about, we've had friends go through some really, really life-changing, hard things recently. Or you may have friends who are celebrating something, but putting together a basket with a candle you've made with the other things is just a really, really, really sweet treat.
Okay, so this is almost done.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get it to melt a little faster. But you know what is also good too with these candles? They're great guest gifts. You know you love a good guest room setup.
So I put trays in guest rooms and I put one of my candles on. But again, you could make one that's tailored to that guest coming. Where if you find out a certain scent they like, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. Even that. It's awesome. It's a great gift. Okay, I'm almost done. It's melting down. Now the key to melting is, uniquely enough, there's a thermometer. We're not going to use it because just like how Ruth cooks, we just put the ingredients in. No.
We were laughing about that this morning because I tend to not do a lot of measuring, or at least not perfectionist measuring. If you were to look inside Terri's drawers, even her silverware is perfectly placed, and she measures completely perfectly. So I see this temperature gauge and I'm like, I don't really use things like this. But
okay. So I'm going to show you. So typically you get this heated to about 180 degrees, right? So now this wax is all melted and it smells amazing. And when you can make a decision. I don't feel like anything needs to be added to it.
Okay.
Smell that.
Totally.
Can you smell it?
Ooh, that
smells good. Okay.
All right.
And what's cool is this is hot, but again, see the oil? This is an actual body oil. Right? It's so good. Great.
All right, you're going to pour that in there.
So here, we're going to let it cool just a little bit because we don't want the glass to shatter. I don't think that's cleanup episode.
I don't know. I've done enough cleanup episodes.
Okay, so this will cool down a little bit. You heat it to about 180 degrees, and then you let it cool down to about 165, 170. And then the idea is that you're going to pour it into this glass.
And how long does it take for it to set?
I usually allow it to sit 24 hours. I don't know if that's a real rule.
Yeah,
I just kind of let it sit.
And what's fun is if you create your own, which is what I had done, I got to choose all the scents and everything. You can make your own sticker that you put on.
Yes,
I mean, there's
absolutely.
really, let's say you've named your house, because I have relatives who have named their home. It was Rivendell, a place of rest. Let's give that example. You could have a sticker made with you're established in and the date in Rivendell and put that. It would be a scent
so
from you.
pretty.
So it's just a really fun way to personalize a candle as a gift.
Could you imagine also doing candles like this and giving them away as wedding gifts, or teacups like a tea party you do with women?
That's
you know what I
great.
mean? So this will be cool. And I like these, which are great. You will still have room to stick your finger in, because remember, this is like a lotion. But I also like these because they're wide mouth,
Right.
and it gives you just more space. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's see. You could add color if you wanted to. I don't recommend you putting dyes on your body. I think it's just very nice this way. Oh.
I'll hold it. Don't matter.
And you're not going to completely fill it, but you're going to get it there.
You're gonna get it there. We're gonna have
I
it
didn't
stand
stick
up
the thing
You
on the
didn't
bottom.
stick it, but this will hold it straight.
Yeah, it'll hold it straight.
And then in 24 hours, you've got yourself a brand new candle. Put that, whether or not you put a sticker on it, whether or not you box it, it's a fantastic gift to give away.
And it's functional.
It's functional. Again, here's what I love about it is, I mean, if you love the smell there, you're gonna love it on your skin.
Let me
So
feel
try
you.
something different.
Ooh, girl, you're soft.
No, not nearly as soft as you. And now we're going to probably one of my favorite parts, and that is vision boarding. And Terri has been one of those people that's really, I don't know, you've swayed me on the value of it. I didn't understand vision boarding. And another friend of mine actually had taught me how to vision board, so I can't wait to see how you do it. So let's clean this up and get those boards in.
You might want alcohol.
For my vision board. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are doing something called vision boarding.
Or
And
purpose mapping.
I actually like that in some ways better. I've only done this once before, and I got the giggles when I was asked to do it because I wouldn't consider myself crafty. And seeing the scissors and the paste and all the stickers, I was like, I am
overwhelmed?
the wrong person to be doing this. But I'll tell you what, I understand why now, and maybe you can walk us through, like, why do this?
Well, I think it's important. The Bible has a scripture in Habakkuk 2:2 that says, write down the vision and make it plain. And I think, remember the game My Car? Did you ever play that as a kid? Okay, so we would say My Car. So if you saw like a Volkswagen, you want a Volkswagen, every time you seen it, you would say My Car. It kind of brings it to the front of your forethought, your memory, your thought.
Well, it's interesting because, and I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
My son and Lee, her husband, were talking this morning, and Lee was talking to Anders about where he wants to go to college, and Anders was like, well, you know, hopefully, maybe some, and Lee goes, no. This is where I'm going.
Right.
And it just, you know, it kind of flips even the posture, and it's not fear-based anymore.
That's right.
And
No.
like, this is what I'm working towards, this is where I'm headed.
Exactly. And the thing is, I always submit all of my plans to the Lord, right? I want to make sure that my heart's desires align with heaven's agenda for my life. And so I want to be intentional also. As a businesswoman, you know, I'm looking at business roadmaps all day long, business plans all day long, and they have to tweak and change based upon the needs. We know that.
Yeah.
There are things we're walking through right now.
We're working together.
Yeah. So the thing is that when you do that, putting it down helps you remember, and it also helps you realize, like, maybe I don't need to be doing all these other things. It's taking me completely off of the direction that I intended. So this isn't about erasing the old. You know, I'm not about New Year's resolutions. It's about being rooted and being intentional. And for me, it's about me walking with the Lord in reference to the plan.
Okay.
So do not come for me about my boxes, all right? So
We've already had this conversation because my daughters were here earlier and they were like, Mom, every box is a Gucci box. And I look at this, and it was Scotty who said, Scotty goes, well, in our house, they wouldn't be Gucci boxes, they would be Amazon boxes.
and lots of them.
And lots of them. But I love it because these are sturdy and you repurpose everything.
I repurpose
I know,
everything. So those of you who know me, I don't want to waste anything. And so this is a belt box. And look at this. You can hold
all
tapes.
your tapes and paste.
Everything's color coordinated.
I love it.
Okay. So
This is why Terri just needs to come to my house and like organize it. Okay.
Their house is pretty cool. All right. So
what do we have?
We have scissors. Everybody needs scissors. There's obviously sticks of glue and tape. There's all sorts of markers. There's stickers here. I love sayings. You could do even kind of those 3D, what are those, patches if you wanted to.
Yes.
You can get as creative as you want. There's stencils, right? There's color crayons and paint and sparkles or whatever. And it can feel childish, but doesn't the Lord tell us to come to him like children?
Yeah, like children.
So the thing is, this is the old school way.
And here's markers.
So
Okay.
this is the old school way.
So that's how I did it on a board.
Yeah, bless you, child. No, we don't do boards anymore. So this is the old school way. Now, I'm not knocking any of you who this is what you prefer. You might want it big, but do me a favor, frame it. Make it look a little bit more elevated. Shadow box it, right? Put it in a space and place that you're constantly going to see it if you're going to use this. Because let's be honest, Ruth, where is this in your house right now?
Don't ask. Don't ask. But it does have. You're helping encourage me for the purposes behind it. All right.
I better see it framed.
Okay.
So what I love are these vision board journals. And again, it says vision board, but it's purpose mapping for me. And what I love about these boards is that you can get one every single year. And it gives you an opportunity, one, to place it as a coffee table book.
For people, if you don't mind people looking at it.
If you don't mind people looking at it, you can place it on a shelf, right? So it's nice, but it just doesn't end up in the way, because those big poster boards, after a while, you get rid of them. And it allows you to go back and see what you've accomplished and what you've done. Because
it's almost like a journal.
It is, because think about it. You go through the year so much, and so many things have happened. And oftentimes, even as women, we don't really celebrate the things that's happened. It's just done, and we keep moving. But when you go back and you're like, wow, all these things that I put in front of me, I've actually really done.
I've done.
So I borrowed a friend's book. I don't have mine here, but I'll give you an example. So on the inside, you can get as creative as you want to get.
How do you even start? Like, what are you putting on this purpose mapping?
Oh, so you asked.
I did.
So with purpose mapping, the first thing that I do is really identify what's my focus for this year, right? Do I want to give more? Do I want to serve more? How do I want to be generous in this season? Do I want to get more involved in business? Are there things I want to get away from? Sometimes everything we put in our purpose mapping, we're thinking it's just going to be all this stuff that's tangible things. Maybe you want to learn to forgive. Maybe you need to learn to be a little bit more kind and a little bit more nice and a little less abrasive. You can put things like that within your vision board. Everything isn't about a house, a car, a business, a bank account, a beach home. Some stuff, it can be just rooted internal. And I think we don't focus on that, right? Because it's a huge accomplishment. If you're not a forgiving person, it's a huge thing if you can be quick to forgive, right? So there are things like that you put in here. But
what I like about this board with all of the different pages is each page can be for a specific thing.
That's it.
So it can be for a character trait you're working on, or something you're working to change, or a goal you're setting for the upcoming year, or like take for instance your new house.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to go through here and go, I kind of called it earlier, kind of a modern day Pinterest, where it's specifically tailored to you through this. It's tangible that you get to put on your coat.
Right. So in this, I can envision in a sense what the space is. And it's not just the space, it's how I want people to feel when they come to the space. And so my board for that home would be just based upon that. What do I want them to experience when they come? So I'll start with that. And that might make me put a cotton ball in here.
Okay. So when I did mine, it was very similar. In fact, you look at it at the very end and you don't realize it in the process, but there's a thread.
Absolutely.
That goes through the entire thing. And what I found, because I was dreaming about a mountain house. This was a few years ago before we had anything out west. And my focus, everything was Ralph Lauren, whether it was textures.
By the way, she has a beautiful mountain house.
But it was textures. It was, to your point, how do you want people to feel? For me, Ralph Lauren makes me feel a certain way.
Girl, you are a Ralph Lauren walking ad.
I know, but the textures and the colors and the warmth, and I had candles, and so to me it had to do with not even what it visually was going to look like, but it was how it was going to make me feel.
That's right.
And I even put on, there was something I was struggling with. There was an insecurity that I had, and I found a quote in one of the magazines, because to your point, you go through all these magazines and you can cut out words, you can cut out sayings, pictures, and I had cut out a saying that actually spoke directly to something I was really struggling with and wanting to gain healing over internally. So that's what
I love that you say that, because also think about this. Sometimes we think the vision board has to be 100% completed. When I think as an entrepreneur, when I write business plans, you write a business plan and you present that usually to investors, or you're presenting that to the bank. But what's interesting about it is business plans should be living. They should change, because there's a theory about the business and sometimes it has to change. That's the same thing with your vision board. You have to give yourself space to make adjustments, because sometimes you can write things down and if you don't hit the goal exactly how you imagined it or your expectations, you can become disappointed or you'll have a level of shame. This is not to do that. This is just to line your heart, be intentional about what you're doing, and also do things outside internal work along with external desire, right?
So speaking to the upcoming year, what would you begin with doing on your vision board?
Oh, girl, where are the tissues? Where are the tissues?
I know.
This is a faith walk for Lee and I. We have named this home Sanctuary Cove. And it means so much. I mean, when you think about God being a sanctuary, and we don't want just the rest for ourselves. You know, we call this house rest and refuge, but it's also for other people. And it's been my heart's desire to be by water. And with all the recent, what are those things called? Not tsunamis, but hurricanes. It's been a struggle. And I want it to be every day versus having to escape to the beach. And so even though we've had the beach house and all of those things, it's about water.
There's serenity at a lake. Is just really.
It is.
Even though Lee doesn't like water. No. I'm going to say this. He doesn't like water.
He likes lap pools.
Okay, yeah.
He doesn't like lakes.
I know.
He'll be in the boat. He's not getting in the water.
He's not getting in the water.
But to be still close to everything and not have to be far out. So it is a project that my sister I know is wanting to help me on, and
I will help you.
I know
you're any
way. Without a shadow of a doubt. And I think the other thing too that I think is important is Lee said this is a representation in some ways of our marriage. And I thought that was interesting. He was talking about how good the bones and the foundation are, but this time we get to design the inside in a different way, because we're in a different season of our lives, and we're in a different season of our marriage. Right? We're kind of like empty nesters.
This was your first year.
This is our oh my gosh.
I know.
The bags under my eyes from the tears and the late nights.
I know.
But this is so important. I would challenge anybody to sit down with yourself and the Lord and your thoughts, and to really be intentional. This also brings out fear, because you know what's interesting? You won't clip what you think is impossible.
Oh, no. That was why I had such a hard time when I did my first vision board, because I was like, well, we're never going to do that. It's impossible. You know, we're working on something together that I get very fearful about as well. You know, trying to be an entrepreneurial in a different area. And I won't even let someone say it because I'm afraid. It's just you get afraid. So I love that. You have to have the courage.
So maybe you're going to have a whole page on our business venture.
Plan. But to your point earlier, you could have a page devoted to you and your spouse, or you and your children, things that you want to create vision for that upcoming year, activities that you want to do, ways you want to bless that person.
Can I say this too? And what's awesome about these, I think, because they're living. So what you don't realize, we recently both experienced losing a friend. And just as an example, whether it's that or not, your kids can go back and look at what was my mom thinking, right? Like, what was her goals? Because I think sometimes with kids, they forget that we're human and we're adults and we have feelings.
I think I just said that to my daughters the other day. You know, this is my first time being a mother of grown children. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a little space to blow it and to, you know, a little
That's
grace.
a whole other episode. We'll tag that next to menopause. Okay.
No, I totally get it. It's just hard.
It is. So the thing is, putting things in here that speak to you, taking away the limitations, because that's really important. Like, don't sandbag yourself. Don't say that dream is too big. God doesn't put limits on your dreams. Put it down.
Well, and I'm going to interrupt you because she and I have had this conversation many times. I'm not a dreamer. I had to put myself through college. I had to put myself through law school. I've worked since I was 14. And so dreaming was never part of my life.
Yeah.
It was work and work hard. And you are the one that really challenged me years ago. What are your dreams? And because that takes a level of risk and faith that up until then I was unwilling to do. So it's been really fun to kind of, as a friend, help me cast those kinds of things. So.
And what's interesting is that's all I had. So in my hard times, it was like I wanted to imagine being somewhere else and how it would be possible. And so I didn't know that it was a reality. I shared this with you. In California, they have model homes, and I would sneak into the model homes and pretend like it was mine, even as a kid, right? And so there were different risks because I also felt like I had nothing to lose. And so we both had these experiences that's caused scarcity in our life, and we push each other in different ways. But this board right here, this purpose mapping and coming along, like I told you, it's also good for our kids to kind of go back and say, wow, what was mom thinking
without it
doing?
being a journal where they're seeing, anything that they make.
Yeah, like she got on my nerves.
So where would somebody get a vision board? I've never seen the book before.
Okay, so I go online. I have to give a shout out to my assistant, Cassie, for this. She tracked it down for me. This is something that we've been doing now for some time with ladies. We started at the end of the year, and we just did our purpose mapping. They say vision board. Maybe we'll build our own version that say purpose mapping, but you go right online. You can get it online, and you can. For me, when I do this with the ladies, the reason why they're able to do things is because I have prompting questions, and I challenge them on each and every page. And as you can see, she's not finished, but there's a reason why.
But again, it's like that painting in my laundry room that my daughter did, where it's half done. We aren't finished. And it represents something to me when I walk in going, okay, there's room to change, grow, and we're not done. So.
We're not done. And the thing is, again, if this year it's career or entrepreneurship or stronger marriage or better relationship with your kids, or, for you to not live in fear of scarcity or lack, right? Those are all things that can be on different pages that speak to you. And what a reminder. We load our books too with just scriptures, and to your point, just sayings that like live artfully. What does that mean?
What does it mean to you?
What does it mean to you? And so my life is a gallery. I feel like we're showpieces for the Lord. We're on the billboard for God.
And it's really fun because after you finish, what we did was we sat around in a circle and we said, this is why this is on here.
That's right.
And we walked people through our own, which takes a level of real vulnerability and authenticity that comes out in that.
And sometimes humility.
And humility.
Yeah.
We're not perfect.
No.
So thank you for looking at all of these, and I challenge you, give it a shot. Put your hearts, your dreams, your hopes down on paper, and it will not only bless you, but it's going to bless everybody that gets to see it.
And I challenge you to reuse all your shoe boxes.
Do and not it might be that, anything. But I know.
Do not waste anything.
Yeah, and we're going to, because I think I can hear them coming in the door, we're going to get to cut into that cake. So join us for cake. Okay, it is ready. It is ready to eat. We've got everybody here. We say grace, and we're just going to cut this puppy up.
Okay. Lord, thank you for this food we're about to receive. Let it be nourished and strengthen our bodies and minds. Help us to bless those that go without. Bless the hands that prepared the food. And thank you for this time of faith, family, and fellowship. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This
Wait
is
till
so
you see this.
Good.
I don't see any
First
chocolate
of all,
chips. No chocolate.
it has no chocolate because Lee can't have chocolate.
He's alert.
This is.
You're trying to kill your brother already?
I know.
I didn't know
Oh
that
my
was possible to have
gosh,
a good
look
cake
at
without
this.
Okay, here, try this one. Wanna try? Let's see. What do you
got
guys
it?
think? That's strawberry.
What do you think? Is it good?
Really good. Really?
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
We did it.
We did it!
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.